Let me show you guys the first meal of the day. I already do not recommend, but I'm still gonna show it to you because I'm actually trying it for the first time, but I don't recommend for specific reasons, and I'll tell you why. So this right here is the purple yams pancakes, so gluten-free, developed in the Philippines. You can do some research on the purple yam. I've had purple yams before, just a straight up, sweet potato style in the oven, and it was actually magnificent. It's sweeter, it has a natural flavor to it. I highly recommend that. But the yams come out like this, or the pancakes come out like this. This right here is 2 servings, 300 calories, and they're extremely small. Correlation with my hand, extremely small, and I don't smell a lot of flavor to them, but they're supposed to have their natural flavor. 8 grams of sugar, so we're gonna use some sugar-free syrup for that. But that right there is 300 calories. Looking at 68 grams of carbs and 4 grams of protein, no fat. So that's the benefit if you're trying to cut down on fat, which you probably should be if you are in any type of health journey. Fats normally need to be monitored extremely hard. Now here, we're gonna do 2 scoops of MRE. This right here is, I think, the milkshake flavor, vanilla milkshake, whole food. We're gonna do 2 scoops of that, giving us 50 grams of protein. Let's see if that's correct. A little bit more, but yeah. 50 grams of protein, more like 52, give or take. We're gonna do that, and that's gonna be the first meal of the day. I am not fasting right now. I'm taking a break from fasting. I've been fasting since like June or July, so quite some time. Right now we're in the month of November, so I'm gonna pause on the fasting and start consuming my food throughout the day, starting at the first meal, which is, for me, comfortable around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So let me go ahead and get this protein shake whipped up. Let me grab the syrup, and we're gonna do a taste test. I'm not on any strict cut, therefore I am not weighing out my sugar-free syrup. This right here is sugar-free syrup, 10 calories per serving. Don't really care about that, so we'll go ahead and just do what it is. But there it is right there. Pancakes, purple yams. Let's go ahead and give a taste test. Again, I'm more of a guy who likes a large plate of food, so the fact that these pancakes are extremely small and it's actually 2 servings, probably won't get this again. But let's see before I make a decision. Let me go ahead and taste it first. All right, so here we go right here. First bite going in. Yeah. The flavor for me is not there, so I personally wouldn't recommend them, but I'm gonna say do whatever it is for you. I'd say try it out for yourself first. Try it out for yourself and see how you like it. But for me, I'm okay without it. All right, y'all, this meal right here that I'm about to eat could have been eaten with the first meal, but I made it up on the fly, so it actually pairs very well with a morning meal, breakfast meal. But it is right now just a few hours after the last meal that you saw, which was very, very small, as you noticed. The key is to have smaller meals throughout the day to reach your total calories. That's how you keep your body working, keep your just your metabolism moving, right? So that's the idea of why people tend to eat smaller meals throughout the day instead of like 3 large meals or 2 large meals, or OMAD, 1 meal a day, which is crazy. But here you're looking at a bagel, 1 protein bagel to be exact, and 2 chicken maple patties. So I'm gonna show you what it is right here. Chicken and maple. So these are actually the queens, but I'm stealing them today. I found them in the freezer. So I got 2 of these, 10 grams of protein. And then also I have these protein bagels that I scooped up at the grocery store, which are super legit. Thomas brand, we're looking at 21 grams of protein per bagel. Bagels are pretty big, as you see here, and that's what we have. So we're looking at 30 grams of protein right there. On top of the bagel, I did use some strawberry spread. Didn't track it, but 1 serving is about 50 calories, 13 grams of carbs. Didn't track it. Again, moving it in a more moderation style, flexible dieting, if you will. And I don't track everything. Right now, I'm just actually tracking in the brain, just knowing that, hey, this meal is 30 grams of protein. The last meal was 50 grams of protein. So just moving like that. What I like to focus on is making sure that my protein numbers are up in the 200 range, and carbs are gonna be what it is. And I try to just keep the not the carbs, but I try to keep the fats as low as possible, simply because fats aren't necessarily needed, especially when you are trying to bulk up. You want to make sure that your fats are lower, carbs are higher, protein even higher. So that's what we're working with. I'm going to get this in. Simple meal. You don't need to see me bite it or anything like that. Just take my word for it, getting that down. And that right there is the second meal of the day. All right, you guys, another meal went down. It was chicken tenders. So the Just Bare chicken tenders, I'll show you them right here. This is what they are. If you haven't seen these in the stores, I highly recommend it. good for flexible dieting, you know, lightly breaded. They're pretty good, more on the healthier side. Some chicken nuggets, throw them right there in the air fryer and it does the job right there. I did about 40 grams of protein, and what I did was add on some Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A, got that from the store as well. And then I also threw on some honey, so local honey. I put this in one of my other videos right here, local honey, Killer Bee. They actually have a site. They're actually local out here, about 35 minutes from where I'm at right now. They go out, they actually take down the beehives and they produce the honey from them. So that right there is gonna be beneficial for a lot of things other than just the taste, but the taste itself is legit. I throw the honey on the chicken tenders, tastes like Popeyes, okay? So that's what I want y'all to know. I want y'all to do something like that if you want to be a little bit more flexible and enjoy yourself. Throw some honey on these chicken tenders or just on chicken in general. Honey is going to be good. But that right there is the meal. 40 more grams of protein down the hatch. Remember, all I'm really focused on is counting up my protein, and then obviously before the workout I'm going to have a good amount of carbs, and then after the workout I'm gonna have a good amount of carbs. But notice how first two meals had some carbs in them. This meal right here that you're seeing, no carbs, just some veggies, some cucumbers, which are natural diuretic, and I'll have carbs maybe twice more today, and that's that. So keeping the carbs in moderation as well as the fats, but mainly focus on staying high on the protein. All right, high protein, high muscle build. I might record a little bit of the workout. Today is going to be a back day, a pull day. Probably do some deadlifts, probably do some rows. Definitely going to be doing some bicep curls. I might bring that to you guys. I might not. I'm not sure. If I don't, then I'm going to just catch you guys in the next meal. All right, you guys, so here is the post-workout meal. We got 2 chicken sandwiches right here. We got some keto bread. Let me show you guys what the bread actually looks like. So here's the keto bread right here. So as you see, 1 net carb, 1 gram net carbs. I don't count net carbs. This is more on the keto side when they start to subtract the fiber. I'm not doing that, and you guys know from the whole video, I'm not necessarily worried about carbs, but if you were to track just normal carbs, it's 16 grams per bun. So pretty legit, and the fat is still low, 2.5. So I have that, and I threw on some chicken. The queen whipped up some chicken, so that's about 40 grams of protein in both of these sandwiches, or you know, all together. And then I threw some bacon on there. Well, she threw some bacon on there, some lettuce, and a little bit of light mayo. So that right there is the post-workout meal. Definitely need the carbs because we did deadlifts today. We worked up to a 1 rep max. I'm actually gonna put the 1 rep max on the screen right now. It was terrible as far as the form goes. I mean, trying to get the weight up was crazy, but we successfully locked out 545 pounds. So that's legit. That's a PR for me. The last time I tried 535, it was impossible to get, and I actually showed you guys on one of the videos before. So if you haven't touched into that, go look at the video where I burned 1,000 calories with the queen, because I did a deadlift session before all of that. But anyways, did some deadlifts today, did some T-bar rolls, trained some biceps, and trained the traps. So got it in. Now finishing off the night, I'm going to do one last protein shake right here. So you saw the protein from earlier. I got 50 grams worth of protein in here, 2 scoops. This is the MRE Light. I could digest it well, so this is why I always stick with this. Plus it's low carb. It serves as a meal replacement, so if you aren't trying to consume a whole meal, you can go ahead and take in a protein shake and you'll be good to go. It actually says it on the container right here, low carb meal replacement, and it's also lactose free for all my lactose free folks out there. So doing that, what I have right here, I have some cereal. So I'm doing the Cheerios, the cinnamon oat crunch right here. And what I want to do is use my protein powder, my protein shake, as the milk. So that right there is how I'm finishing out the night. Getting this protein in, 50 grams. We successfully probably hit about 200 to maybe 210 grams of protein. So pretty legit. But that right there is a full day of eating. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Watch this video right here. If you enjoyed this one, I know you'll like this one. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video. Comment down below anything you want to comment. Let's chop it up. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.